Bueno, okay. Hi, Lindsay. How are you doing? I hope you going well. You're going well. Well, do you remember that I told you that I will send a video clip in order that you can see me and talk about if you really want to come to here to Saltillo. And yeah, well, this is the thing. We already know each other for one and a half year, and well, we will share thoughts, ideas, uh, kind of feelings, jokes, your sarcastic mode and my sarcastic mode, and well then, why do you come here? I mean, when you told me that you were going to come to here to Mexico, it was like, hey, yeah, Lindsay's going to come here. Uh, and then you went to Puebla, and well, the idea, I don't know. I hope you really enjoy your travel, and I suppose you really did. You really did, and you are doing because you have visited a lot of places, tourist places. But then now you have told me something that kind of confuses things and kind of little problems. Well, now if you are kind of like your money is not enough and something like that, well, the idea is that you can come here, and then you have to remember that your best skill for you is like you are American native, so maybe it's gonna be easier, much easier, if you try to look for a job in an English institute. As I told you on my English in my university, on some English institutes in my city, one of them is Berlin. And actually, for example, I'm doing my social service, so over there in the English conversational club, there is a Colombian guy who is teacher in Berlin. But this December, he's going to quit, so maybe it's gonna be like an opportunity for someone. It could be like you. Uh, another thing, one of my teachers in the university, in the English in an idioms tech, um, he's studying also, so he won't be able to study and to teach English. So probably he's going to ask for less teaching hours, and then probably it's going to be also an opportunity for someone else. Um, and I told you before, like a year ago or two, there was a guy who was a native. I can't remember uh, where he was from, uh, but also, so the thing is this, that you are native too. So well, that's the part. The other way, if you really want to come, and if you come, well, we can do a lot of things. Like for example, I was thinking, like, do you remember that I have like a tower, a bunch, a bunch of movies. So I have this one. It's called Another Earth. Can you see that? Another Earth. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny story. The babysitter. This is really good. It's like a funny, like a comedy. Soul Sulfur. This is really good. This is a, how do you say, a true story about a girl who is a surfer, and then a shark. That animal in the sea. It was shark. I mean, she lost her arm, and she tries to keep going, and she learns to surfing on the sea with a arm. So it's really a good movie. I don't know, like I have also The Lord of the Kings, Matrix, Shrek, Toy Story. And do you remember that you told me that you like the, how do you say, the propulsal. And then I told like, okay, let me see, and I will watch it. So I did, and it was a really good movie. So here you are, here you are, the proposal. Uh, if you wanna watch it, of course. The Gran Torino. Do you remember that? The Gran Torino with this guy. Oh, what's his name? Uh, I can remember. Robert Redford? Nah, I don't know. Well, um, can you see this? Also, also you can do a solid work classes. You know, like this is like a video training. Well, this is not for you. This is for me. A software of for my career is SolidWorks. Have you ever learned about heard about it? Well, whatever. I don't know. I have a lot of movies of actions, drama, romantic, comedy, and many others. Also like terror, the miedo, you know, Scar like a Scar movie. Oh, the Harry Potter is also cool. You know, here we are, Harry Potter. You know, and I got the complete saga. I got the eight movies of Harry Potter. Oh, also, you know what I like? Transformers. I have the three parts. Also, yeah, there's another one. I have also the Bad Boys. Did you watch that movie? The Bad Boys with Will Smith and the other guy. Well, whatever. And also, you know, I some time ago when I was looking for things on internet, I got download some courses about how to how to learn to use, you know, the Office, Excel, the PowerPoint of those programs. So it's really cool. Well, this is the other idea. You can really watch all these movies, and you know the best part, they are in audio, in Spanish audio, and with subtitles. So if you really want to learn Spanish, it will be cool. I don't know. I was thinking a lot about what we can do. The other things are, you know, we can, you know, remember that I like to do exercise, you know, like a gym or something like that. And do you remember that I did, you know, that I did, how do you say, weights, but with concrete. So there you go. If you want to make a little bit of exercise, you can do anytime. So this is also good for you, you know, for improve your health. This is the other uh, thing that you can do if you come. So it's gonna be funny. do do you remember? Do you remember the other part? Like we can play video games. So I got a PS3. I just got Resident Evil and FIFA. You know, like the soccer. And the other one is Call of Duty. You know, like a shooters, like soldiers and something like that. So, well, we can play. So here you are. This is the black control and this is the blue control. But well, then the blue control is my favorite. So if we play, you will take the black control, whatever. And I don't know. Oh yeah. Also, do you remember that we can play cards? Do you already know how to play? It is really good. We can play poker and many other things. So here you are. Yeah. um, what else? What else? What else we can do? Oh yeah, we can play. Also, do you know I have gloves, boxing gloves? Is that the word? Like they are there you are. This is the thing, you know, the box. So we can have fun with this, and you know, like play a little bit, and you can practice your defense, your personal defense, in order that you can, if you wanna be like still, like it happened to you. Well, now you can try uh, to fight for yourself, to defense. Well, this is another one. Um, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, yeah. Check this. What's the name of this part? You know, remember this thing when you are going to swim? Like, can you put it? Can you check this? We can swim and something like that. But well, this is bad luck for you because the pool is gonna be closed. You know, actually, this Thursday is gonna be the last day for the pool, and after that, it's gonna be again opened till February, something like that. I'm not sure. You know, after the winter season. Um, do you like? Have you seen these things? Have you seen these things? You know, like I smell it. You know, like you turn it on, and you know it smells nice for your room, for your home, wherever. So I liked it, and I was thinking maybe there is a lavender smell, you know, and well, we can find it. So if you want to, um, what else? Oh yeah, do you remember that I used to play long time ago chess? You know, chess with the king, and when you say checkmate, so I got also check this. Where is it? Oh yeah. Well, this is part of the you know the pieces. For example, this is the tower, and this is the where in Spanish we say alfil. So we can play too if you want to. This is but well, this is just for smart people. So are you smart? Also, also if you come, well, do you know I found a map of Oban City like with a tourist form, a tourist shape. So this is the map. Check this. This is the map of my city. But in this map, you can find all the museums, the squares, you know, like the church, restaurants, you know, places for fun, like a pool, a dance club, also, for example, how do you say the place? A bowling place, and many others. So this is gonna be like our map. So well, you can check it. I don't know why, but one day when I was at school, I went for to get a ID, you know, the university ID, and they got this in the office. So I was like, hey, can I take one? Yeah, sure, you can take it. So I take it, and this is really good. You know, can you see? There's a list of the restaurants, the numbers, and the address for that. So it's really cool. Yeah. Check this. This is my ID. My ID, my license driver, my driver license. So I you know this is for me that it means like I know how to drive a car. You know, can you check it? This is me. This is me. Check. Well, this is not clear, but of course it's me. The thing is that this is a already expired benzida. You know, I can use it because it's not updated, actualizada, whatever. Um, well, I just wanted to show you. Do you know? I try to save money, as you do, but I'm not so good. But I got my thing where I put my coins on the you know the tickets, the bills, the los billetes. So so this is uh, a friend of mine sent it to me, and this is the rock pig, because you know, can you see the style? This is here are the guitar, so this is the rock pig. It doesn't have a name yet, but well, we can name it. So well, do you know what it is? Is how do you say? Well, in Spanish we say reloj de arena. And also another friend of mine gave it to me, and well, it's really nice. It was next to the pig, so that's what I show you. Do you remember that I also know how to play pool, you know, with the 16th balls, and with the 8, with the ball, with the black ball, with the number 8. I got a stick. I got a stick. So this is the, how do you say, the bag, the balls for this thing. Can you say it? So we can learn and we can go maybe one day for play and share this. Yeah. So it's good, nice. Yeah, is it in two pieces? So you do this. You put this part on this part, and then you turn around, and then there you are. It's kind of large, so can you see how large it is? Yeah, here you are. Yeah, I don't know. This is the part, and this is the other part. So check how long it is. I don't know. Maybe it's like almost a meter. So we can play too. If you can. If you would like to come, um, let me put it back. Also, for example, if you get or you want to read something, there you are. This is how this called, the soul collector. Do you remember that my brother was in Ireland? So he bought some English book. So well, maybe you can read it. It is the Paul Johnson Soul Collector. Johnson's writes with horrifying forward the times. It seems like it's about horror or something like that. For example, it says, "I will, I will read you this part. There is no escape from the devil. Brutality targeted by the White Devil serial killer. Maxwell knows what it's like to look evil in the face and survive." Well, I know that my speaking and my reading is not really good, so I stop. Do you remember this part about my neck? So well, I know using this more, I can move my neck like this, yeah. So watch it. So there you are. This is like my souvenir, my remember thing, recuerdo, yeah, my souvenir for that moment. So there you are. Um, what else? Oh yeah, I got you. I got another thing that we can do. um, this is the that parts have you ever played? Have you ever played at night with the light of the lamps? Like, you turn it on, and then you say this, and then you say this, other things, this, like, yeah, and just you're making circles with the lamp on the wall, and in the darkness or something. Well, yeah, it could be fun. I don't know, something like that. And finally, the best important thing is like, I can speak Spanish, and I found some charts in Spanish, and I print them. Well, not yet, but I print English resources for Spanish learners. So there are and for example, it says, for example, phrases. You know, it says phrases, and for example, the first one is in Spanish. For example, lo haré cuando pueda. And the second one is in English. So I'll do it when I can. So you can read all these lists. This is a bunch of lists. For example, the second one, le veré en cuanto pueda. I'll see him as soon as I can. And I don't know, for example, ¿cuándo empezará la reunión? When will the meeting begin? Another one, for example, no te preocupes, yo lo haré. Don't worry, I will do it. So this is a really helpful resource, paper exercise. I don't know how they call it. So you can read it in your free time or something like that. And there is a launch book for. Just check this. So this is just like a third part of present. So it's gonna be help, and well, we can learn each other and try to help us each other. So that's the other plan that we can do. Well, after all this, sorry. After all this, the thing is that I really would like that you come, because we can make all the stuff that we have already talked. Like a go for the moras tree, el árbol de moras. I remember you told me you like to play badminton. So well, my uncle has some rackets, the thing for that, the rackets, and we can play badminton too. Um, I don't know. There are a lot of parks around here, and the downtown is like 10 minutes, 10, 10 or 5 minutes in bus, and like a 20 walking. So it's really good. It's really be good. Oh, also another thing, if you come here, I would like that you will teach me music. You know more about me. I only use most the time like a rock music and something like that. But you can show me what that there are a lot of kind of different music. Well, we can do that because you told me. But I asked you that I would like that that you could be my teacher. Well, I'm nervous. I never do that. You will. There's an internet here, so it's gonna be awesome because you can be in contact with your family and more often, and like make calls for your family and telling them that you're okay, something like that, and keep in touch. And what else? This is the idea. I don't know. You can find job, and then we can go through the city, and we can go for a lot of museums. Actually, for example, in the Museo de las Aves, in the Birds Museum, it's gonna be this December. Eagles alive, and like big jails, jaulas. I don't know, in a big jaulas, and I don't know. It's gonna be available for the public, so you can go too. Well, you told me why I'm so much interested about to help you. And well, the thing is this, I don't know, maybe I'm a kind of crazy or something like that. But this is I am. This is what I am. So I would like to help people, and maybe you need it, or I feel that you need help. So I want to help you. I told you maybe it's a God thing, the university, destiny, or something like that. But for example, all these years that we have talked and chat through internet was good, and honestly, it will be really nice to know you in person and remember of that things that we talk and and I don't know, it will be nice that we know each other in person and try to know you as person that you are. Maybe I would like to see in person your sarcastic, your sarcasms. I would like to see you in person. Maybe you're Chinese, yeah. And I would like to help you about the confidence thing or something like that. Like, hey, don't worry, just go with it and try to speak and something like that, and make things that you really want to do. And this is the idea, to fund and to help you in the thing that you want to do. We can take pics, well, in a parenthesis, we can take photos with my new cell phone and for the places in my city, and well, it's gonna be like a some memory or something like that. So you told me that you wish, how do you say that you wish, uh, came here to Saltillo first before Puebla. So we can really do that, or you can really do that. You can still you still can do that. Hot damn. Please help me with my English. You can still do that. Um, I told you you really want to come. I can help you with some money for the bus, and then I will start my internship. So if you are okay here, or anytime you want to go, I will help you with the ticket, with the ticket for to get back home. So don't worry. I really would like. I love to meet you in person, right? And it's gonna be interesting also because it's gonna start my internship. So I told you I'm grateful that you, and maybe my English is good, maybe it's not, but I'm grateful because you helped me with that. And I would like to do the same, help you with your Spanish and the other stuff. Well, you can see my pets. This is the night. You can see behind in my window. It's night right now. But you can see. Do you remember? Do you remember their name? Their names. One of them is a cookie, and the other one is how do you say? Oh yeah, Cookie and Lucky. A Lucky, Cookie and Lucky. That's their name. Sorry, I'm coughing. Maybe I'm gonna be sick, but it's okay. So I really would like to. I really would want that you can come here to Saltillo. Oh, and of course my family is okay with that. Don't worry about that. I told you my mom has another homes, had another houses, so you you can stay there. You can stay here, and my sister. You have to meet my sister. Also, please, if you come, try to help her with her Spanish. is not so good. And well, you can see my you can meet my brother. You can meet my brother, and you can see how good is his English. Because sometimes he doesn't like to talk much, and he needs to think first before to say English phrase. So well, there's the idea. This is me. Can you see? I'm a normal person. I'm not an old man. I'm 23. Sorry, I'm not old man, but maybe I got some healthy problems. Oh yeah, do you remember that I told you there is a bar, a tube in my room where I do pull-ups? So watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, there you are. Can you see that part? This part. So I would I let me do this thing. So I got it, and then I do this. So that's okay. That is really good. That is really good. So well, my God, 30 minutes. I hope you can do it. Well, bye bye.